happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse. Very excited to be here. I mean, if you guys have been rocking with us for the past year and a half, each and every single quarter, we do one of these type of evenings where we say, hey, what are you guys doing in the industry? Like, who are you? What's your name? What's your business? And is there anything that we can do to support and maybe even highlight what you got going on? So, this is the quarterly Plug Yourself event. It also is a celebration to the growth within the Transportation and Logistics Clubhouse. We're up over 27,000 members now. So, yeah, this is all about the people who are members of the group. If you want to come up to the stage and let us know who you are and what your role is in supply chain, maybe what your business is, that's exactly what this is for. So, yeah, just feel free to raise your hand, come on up. It's not going to be incredibly formal. It's kind of like popcorn style of how we operate. So yeah, just come up to the stage and introduce yourself. All right, we have our first person. What's up, man? Brother Dobre, how you feeling today?
Hello, everybody. My name is Ted Dobre, aka Tudor. Yeah, so you can call me Ted. I'm a 24-hour dispatcher. Been working in the industry for like 6 years now. We've been working with big carriers, small carriers, owner operators. Yeah, from reefer team, van team, up to down to box trucks. Yeah, and sprinter vans. So I'm a well-rounded person regarding with the industry and so on and so forth. So I've managed up to 10 units, yeah, from different types of equipment, yeah, to up to 15 at some point, but that was my max.
Okay,
So
well that's what's up, man. I appreciate you for coming up to the stage. You
thank you for
said,
inviting me.
yeah, no doubt. So you said box trucks as well as the 53 footers.
Yeah, of course, yeah, big reefer teams, 53 foot, reefers, yeah, 24-hour operation, around the clock dispatching and so on and so forth.
Gotcha, gotcha. Do you feel like that's one of the a big selling point to be able to say that you have 24-hour dispatching services?
I think that's a selling point. I barely sleep. I'm trying to get as much well opportunities as I can. You know,
Yeah.
it, it's been tough lately. I've had a lot of people that hired me and worked for them for like a month or so, and then ended up not paying me because I can't. I don't have any power over them regarding as legal action and so on and so forth.
Yeah, no, that's not right at all. Where are you based out of, brother?
I'm out of Romania.
Okay, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. And you you obviously been doing this for a while. You said 6 years.
Yeah,
That's
I've been with Gold Coast, if you heard of it, for like 40 years. I was a manager at their company. I've built dispatching teams for them, but I ended up working, from Monday to Monday with no days off for like 3 grand a month. So I think that was not worth it for for my well-being, for my sanity, for my I was putting in the pockets of the owners like 100K with 10 units per week.
mhm.
Yeah, and I was getting 3 grand per month. Was that? I think that's and doing all sorts of stuff.
Right, right. No, I definitely respect it. I appreciate you for being so candid, and transparent about the situation. Now, if you're doing the work, you definitely got to get paid. And as a dispatch company owner myself, there's definitely a lot of challenges. Let me share something that's been going on in my world. That's what you were just talking about, but there was a very peculiar situation that I'm currently in the middle of. You know what I mean? Most people, I just want to be transparent as well. Something that's going on right now is um, I got blessed to kind of meet the right people to introduce me to the person that makes the decisions for a major provider of drayage. And so much so that when they hit me up, they kind of skip some of the onboarding process. And it's been such a challenge now that the load's been delivered to get everything finalized on the onboarding, much more than you would normally imagine. It's a pretty straightforward process
If
for
you
the
got the
most part.
signature on the BOL, that should satisfy any legal claims on your end. Yeah. So you being based out of the US, you have more power over there. So if there was some exchange from the paper, so dredge meaning step deck, flatbed, stuff like that, right?
Well, yeah, it's a container. It's a container. And yes, but here's the kicker. We want to be able to factor this load, which means that the holdup that we've been experiencing is getting a formalized rate confirmation. And again, this is not normal. This is not
Yeah.
normal. This is
I
not
think that
normal.
to avoid the situation, you should go for like a factoring company like RTS or something like that, like Triumph or something like that. If they're approved there, and they will be like the third party to resolve your issue regarding this matter.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, we're definitely put it like this. At this point, everybody in this major organization knows my
Mhm.
situation because
Yeah. What's their MC?
I needed some stuff to get
What's their
moved
MC?
around.
Let's do a quick search for them.
Say again.
What's their MC? Their MC, so I could look them up on RTS to see if they have good credit or bad credit. If
Oh no,
they're.
they're a major organization.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna put the name out,
Yeah,
but
no
no, they're
problem.
they're they're a major credible organization that has
Hmm.
a lot of. They're the freight forwarder that does a lot of
Okay.
warehousing, and a lot of
Yeah, I
dredge.
understand. No problem. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's something that I've been going through for the majority of this day, just trying to get it situated. So it's been interesting just learning the process from this perspective. Just because, like I said, this was very non-traditional in the way that it's been going down. But for you, brother, how many trucks are you dispatching now?
Right now I'm with a new company. Yeah, so I switched up companies. I was working with a reefer team that was under an MC that had company drivers, but they were owner operators. They had like 10 trucks and 10 dry vans, 53 footers, and one reefer. And I switched to a company that's based out of New York that specializes in same day delivery, but with box trucks and sprinter vans. More high-paced environment. More
Okay,
compliant.
got you. So that means that you're being required to do more loads, to book more loads. Is that correct?
Yeah, instead of booking, 10 loads per day, yeah, I'm ending up right now with they have in their fleet around 17 trucks, and they have their own clients, and it's it piles up like 23 orders, at the beginning of the day, and 20, 23, 24, up to 30 more by noon. Yeah, so you gotta coordinate them to make their routes. If they're based in New York, yeah, in New York and the surrounding states, and it's hectic, over there regarding traffic and everything. Yeah, so
Right.
everything is very very fast paced.
Man, to be honest, that sounds like you're dispatching a lot of trucks, man. Like when Atlanta dispatch got started, I had a couple box trucks out of the Atlanta area, and then
Hmm.
I got introduced to a very small fleet out of Newark, New Jersey. So right there, and from that carrier, I built a pretty sizable operation of box trucks out of that northeast location. So, you saying that you are having to that you're booking upwards of loads for 17 trucks and
I'm looking how the operation works. Yeah, right now the owner himself is doing all the heavy lifting, and I'm just watching, observing, and learning. Yeah, because partialing box trucks is a whole different ball game. Besides dry vans and reefers and step decks and so on. Yeah, it's a different breed. It's a different animal altogether. Yeah, so
yeah,
uh,
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
being able being able to partial like 4 or 5 loads, and get them in a box truck. Then I think that's where the money is, So follow the money, right?
I got you. I mean, is this a area that you're looking to grow in?
Yeah, of course. I'm open to all avenues of the business. I'm just trying to to make a living, right? Yeah. For now, I'm working for others. I've worked for Gold Coast for a lot of time, and I've made them a lot of money, and uh, to my own, how do you call it? How can I say it? It against my better judgment, So I could have worked on the side with owner operator and still work with Gold Coast, but I chose to be loyal to them, and they kind of took advantage of my good faith. So
Yeah. Well, definitely sorry to hear of that. Um, yeah. So as of right now, you're solid though. You got a new opportunity, and it's something that you're
yeah,
interested in
I got a new
continuing.
opportunity, but they're asking. I usually charge like $350 to dispatch one truck, yeah, per week, yeah, and for that money, he's asking me to dispatch his entire fleet.
Gotcha. So some people are taking advantage of, the outsourced dispatching entity, especially since you're based in Romania. I mean, have you ever considered joining another team that maybe works on the brokerage side of things? Have you ever worked on the brokerage side?
I've worked on the broker side a bit, but I think my place is in dispatching regarding getting that connection with the driver and me organizing the loads and so forth. White glove treatment regarding the driver, regarding the the broker side. Like I could meet even the most pretentious broker demands regarding updates and so on and so forth. Yeah, even if the driver doesn't provide them. So if I'm connected to the LED of the driver just has to drive, and I'm taking care of the rest.
Right. No, I mean, I love the concept of dispatching, and it is it's a great connection that can be built between the dispatcher and the drivers themselves. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. Okay. Well, like I said, I started with the box trucks, and I'm happy I started. Well, I guess truth be told, I started dispatching dry vans, 53 footers, working for a
Hmm.
corporation, and then when I
Okay.
opened Atlanta Dispatch, my first clients were box trucks. So I was in the box truck space for a very long time, very dedicated to building, growing, learning, all of that. And now I've transitioned, but I'm happy that that's what I've started with because it gives you a certain grind that you have to have to really build the relationships in the industry, so much so that they want to the people that have those opportunities want to give them to you versus posting them on a low board, so um
I think
you know
that's the name of the game: getting connections and establishing a connection with brokers that can provide you with solid freight that um, you know is um, is something that you must have. But at the same time, getting a connection with the broker and him providing you with low paying rates instead of spot market freight. Yeah, I operated for like 4 years on the spot market. Yeah, I know how to position the trucks in a market. Just to be, you know, I'm telling them, just wait there, and the load is bound to happen. Like wait there, and I know for sure that out of the 10 trucks that broker has scheduled, one or two might fall off, and he's gonna pay an arm and a leg for our services. Yeah, if we're empty and positioned in the right spot in close by next to the facility and so on and so forth. It's about selling the truck, selling the driver, selling the company. There are a lot of factors.
right
So
right right
my most recent accomplishment was 19,800 in a week with the reefer team. Yeah.
oh,
So
nice. No, that's solid. Almost 20K with the reefer
yeah,
team in 1 week.
yeah, yeah. 1 week, 1 week.
Okay. How recently was that?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? No, that's solid, brother. Is that something that you feel like you can replicate, or was that just you feel like just the luck of the market?
Depends on the drivers, yeah. So I was working with a husband and wife team, yeah, and they're around the clock operation, and I think they were they rode that truck till it broke down.
Yeah. No, I feel it. No, to be honest, I don't hear numbers like that too frequently. Almost 20K for a
Yeah,
team.
almost 20K. Yeah, but like I said, waiting till the last minute with a refer team, that's not supposed to be waiting around to get that recovery load for a broker that needs it bad. I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, if you pre-book stuff and you sit on your hands regarding the load board and so on and so forth, you see an opportunity, you ask that broker if he has multiple loads, and then you book them in bulk, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So there are multiple avenues to achieve that money, but from my best, the best scenario is to wait till last minute and something will pop up. Yeah, like on the spot market, yeah, on DAT power and stuff like that. Yeah, but waiting till the last minute, it might not pop up, but it might pop up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. I mean, it's basically managing the risk of it popping up or the risk of it not popping up, and now that truck's not moving. So I think it's a catch 22. It definitely is. So it really just depends on the dispatcher, and it depends on the fleet owner. If the dispatcher is that type that feels like I'm going to push it so that I can maximize and get that one-off rate, load that just popped up, and it's an absurd rate, and all those good things, well, that's great. I mean, by all means. And then there's the kind that says, I'm looking more for the dedicated lane, the one that I know is gonna, I know that this lane is shipping 25 times a month, and I want to be the person to, do that lane because my drivers know exactly where they're going to go, and they can build up comfortability with with that route. And so it just depends on the operation,
Yeah,
and
it,
the
it,
way
it
that.
depends a lot. I think that playing it safe, yeah, with booking loads in bulk, yeah, I think should not expect something more than 10 grand. Even with the reefer team, yeah, 11,300 something like that with the dedicated lane. Yeah, so right now the team is doing um, mail run from Georgia to Alabama and then back to Georgia. So
Hmm.
that's 580 miles in total, and they're getting 1,400 per load. Yeah, but
Okay.
that's power only. That's power only, and it's not something that I like. Yeah, I keep telling them you have a reefer. Yeah, recently their reefer broke. Their truck broke down, then their reefer broke down, and it's in the shop. We got leased trailer from somebody, and we're doing mail runs. And on the side, in between the mail runs, we're doing like a Georgia to Georgia, Alabama to Georgia, something, so we could go back and pick up that trailer. So we're looking at for this week 13,000. That's it. That's it. Yeah, nowhere close to 20 grand per week that I want to replicate again and again. But
No, I mean, I hear you. I mean, to be honest, that doesn't sound too bad for the amount of miles. So, no, I put it like this. At this point, are you still doing the power only, or are you focused more on the the box trucks and all that kind of stuff in the New York area?
yeah, I'm focused on the box trucks in the New York area because box trucks are relatively new to me, and I see a lot more money coming out of there than I see coming out of. It's a business model that I wanna learn and be able to reproduce. Okay, because
Okay,
it's to me I think that's more important to get dedicated freight for your operation than a spot market and so on so forth. Yeah,
gotcha. There
being
is a there's a
yeah, go ahead.
guy
Sorry.
there's a guy who I'm probably going to interview up here sometime soon. His name is Curtis Garrett, and he is one of those LTL specialists.
Hmm.
I think he just created a course about how to get into it so that you're maximizing, kind of similar to what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Um,
and Jerry, I wanted to tell you on the previous editions of your chat room. Yeah, I'm a Sonar FreightWaves operator for like 2 years. I've operated on that platform. Yeah,
okay.
I've built my own data sets and so on and so forth. I used to do for Gold Coast asset deployment. I grew with them from like 200, 300 units to thousands of units they have right now.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, sonar is definitely a powerful tool, and if you are going to be in the spot market, being able to have access to something like that, those data sets that help you make those informed decisions. I mean, it's a game changer at the end of the day, especially if you have to be in the spot market. Like I said, the majority of the fleet owners that I know, that's not necessarily what they're looking for, because of you can't grow your company off the spot market, and it's not sustainable.
It
um,
is, it is, Jerry. Yeah, Gold Coast operates only on the spot market. Yeah, they have thousands of drivers that they lease trucks to. Yeah, they operate like a sublease program, and they give you your truck, and you have your truck and trailer. But they're financing you, and you're paying them out of the money that you make. So it depends all on the dispatcher to get you at least 10 grand, so you could have a positive paycheck for that week.
No, I
Yeah,
hear you.
unless
I hear you. So
so.
because of it being such a variable, you said it does depend on the dispatcher and what they're capable of.
Of
A
course,
lot
of
of
course.
carriers don't like to have as much power, reside in one position. So, I mean, and it's not even me talking about small fleet owners. I mean, because small fleet owners that I know, they do like to have dedicated opportunities. But if we're even talking about the mega carriers, that's their whole business is the 90% of contractual freight, that's being moved in America. The spot market is only 10% of freight that's being moved. So, I mean, I think my point stands of
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, yeah.
spot
Everything's
market.
contracted rates are the best. Yeah, but you might get the contract to move beer and stuff like that, and it's pennies on the dollar.
Okay. No, I feel you. I feel you. But yeah, so that thing about Curtis Garrett and his LTL specialty, I believe he started releasing that information. I know he's done a few podcasts already. But for the people who might hear this and who are listening in right now, there was a piece of game that I got recently that I wasn't really expecting. I wasn't thinking about it that way, but if you do operate a box truck, you might want to reach out to some of these other LTL providers like a Saya or Old Dominion or something like that, because they have the warehouses, they have the infrastructure in place, but sometimes their vehicles are a little bigger. So the residential deliveries for some of their customers that they got those things, that might be something that they might be willing to outsource to fleet owners, people who have box trucks that can make it into some of those more narrow neighborhoods. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely say it's worth a chit chat. So Saya, so SAIA, Old Dominion Freight Line, what you got? I think even Averett, SDs. It's a million of these LTL providers out there, that might be in need, if you do have that equipment type. So I would reach out. And as far as you, I mean, have you? I know it's new. I know it's very very new. You being up there with the box trucks in the New York area. Um, do you feel like you've seen any peak season activity up there, a lot of residential deliveries, or is the stuff that you're booking on the LTL side more business to business?
Everything's dedicated freight. Yeah, it's the freight of the owner, and it's their clients, it's his clients, and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's for that guy, is booming right now.
Oh, I might have missed that. I didn't realize that. I thought you were on the
Hmm.
spot market looking for
No,
these
no, 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 no,
opportunities.
no. It's more of a dedicated thing. So the orders come in for his clients, and they're too many to count.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, so for that opportunity there, do you feel like they're accepting like trucks that are not a part of that organization to be able
They
to
they have
provide
they
that?
have it planned. They have it planned. It's gonna be upcoming. Yeah, I had the chit chat with the owner, and it's gonna be happening soon. I'll be sure to let
Okay.
you know if that happens.
Right, right. I mean, again, a lot of listeners are up in that northeast area, so
Mm-hmm.
box truck carriers and dispatchers for box truck kind of stick together. When you hear of nice opportunities, you like to kind of highlight it so that people can get that consistent income. So
Yeah, the owner is planning on expanding, his broker site, yeah, and bringing on other carriers with other MCs to be able to move his freight. So it's gonna be, a process, but it's in the works.
right, right, right. Oh, look, so there was all right. So I had some folks in the chat that has some questions. Um, so it looks like we have AJ. What's up, AJ? Have a question. Can you repeat the dude's name for the course you mentioned? I said Curtis Garrett. Um, and brother Adrian Holden said, "Can you repeat the numbers for spot market drive-in? I came in late. I believe you might have been talking about the team doing the mail run back and forth,
Yeah,
Alabama to Georgia and back. Is that might have been what he
yeah,
was referring to? But if
yeah.
not, hey, everybody can come up to the stage and ask these
Hmm.
questions. Just raise your hand. And if I missed your hand earlier, sorry about that. Um, Matter of fact, I did have one hand up. I just sent that request. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So I got that brother on the stage. Um, all right, cool. Yeah, Adrian says sounds too good to be true. See, Adrian is somebody that's been in this industry for quite some time. He's a fleet owner, and he's been operating in the southeast for quite some time. So I think that's the reason why he was interested in hearing those numbers again. Um, but look, since we have AJ on the stage now, brother Kapoor, what's up? How you
Hey,
feeling?
what's up, man?
What
How
do
you
you
doing?
do? Introduce yourself, please.
Hey, I'm a Jay. I started off as a social media nomad, and then I invested into a trucking company with my brother. And basically, we've been scaling up. We have a fleet of about 8 trucks now that we own ourselves and have our own drivers. And we basically closed a contract recently, and our strategy was around that was just being on the load board, consistently looking, and then doing cold walk-ins and cold calls. And it's a two Fortune 500 companies. One's a semiconductor company, and the other's a warehousing company, DHL. And it's all local. We focus on local freight in like a 40 to 50 mile radius. We don't like to go past 100 miles. Um, and I've been trying to figure out how I can close more contracts, just more strategically outside of just cold calling, cold walk-ins, and etc. Obviously, there are some brokers that we do leverage. Most of our fleet's already being taken up from DHL, but we're trying to expand out and just basically figure out how we can get more contracts. One method we're trying now is like getting our minority license, which we just got approved for 3 months back. So now we're able to put in proposals for other companies and go to these minority owned events. But yeah, I'm done with my rant.
Okay, well that's what's up, man. Congratulations. I'm happy that you've found success thus far. And when you said 8 trucks, is that drive-ins? What type of equipment?
Yeah, all drive-ins.
Okay, cool, cool.
53.
Congratulations, man. So your question is, how can it be more of uh,
Yeah,
a
so I
warm
read on your
handoff
thing right
versus you
here,
just
like you
cold calling
special.
everybody?
Yeah, you specialize in negotiating pricing structures and basically like getting dedicated freight and like right now we're doing power only like I don't know like basically most of the trucking industry like our pitch to DHL was like it's not like a crazy complicated solution, but there's a lack of efficiency and there's lack of just people communicating with the warehouse or whoever it is that they're coordinating the freight with, and just people just showing up on time. Those are three things that we're good at. um, and on top of that, like we basically set up our like we basically just gave them a custom package of like solving a problem for them by being more efficient by doing um, power only, like just local trips. It's like one trailer here, one trailer there. They're loading up while we're grabbing the other trailer. So I'm just
Right.
trying to figure out how I can provide that service for more people at scale.
Well, question. Let me ask this. Do you have the ability to scale up now, especially on the trailer side of things? Like if you hit the jackpot, right? Somebody said, you know what, I'm just needing 50 trailers that can be thrown into this rotation. Do you have the
Yeah, so
relationships to do that?
we have a really good relationship with Milestone. We're their dedicated carrier for all their trailers, and then we do have an extra just like so when we did this DHL project, we actually ended up getting referred over to another DHL warehouse where we had to buy like an extra like 20 trailers that we just like sit in our yard now that all got paid off for the year, and they just needed storage. So we have like an extra. We have total about I think right around like 27 trailers. I can check the sheet and tell you exactly how many we have. And right now we have all of our trailers paid off plus profit, and they're sitting. And whenever we need to do like a something with another company of like drop trailer, like we did one with this company called Michaels. They're seasonal. They need some extra trailers, and then we're also able to like borrow some and talk to Miles or whoever we need. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well, I mean, truth be told, it sounds like you've already found an additional lane as to how you can get incomes. You know, you found the supplier of the trailer, and now you see that people will even just pay just to store stuff on their yard. So it's really little energy that you have to put behind it. But your question is, how can you get more dedicated contractual freight opportunities so that you can scale? What would be the secret? And while I can say, hey, you can go to these sites, what is it, like Thomas Reuters. It's a lot of good sites that have a lot of warehousing or warehousers and manufacturers and all that kind of good stuff. I mean, it sounds like what you're doing is right, which is building the relationships with people that you're currently servicing, and from there allowing them to give you a very warm handoff. It's about relationships at the end of the day. Everything is relationships, and that's
well,
that's just my humble opinion. But
like
hmm,
I see some of these like brokers, right? Like land some of these contracts with no freight, and like, dude, they're doing a piss poor job of just handling the freight. I'm just wondering, like, how did they acquire that client, and they keep scaling? Like one of the approaches is like, let's say we do a run for um like Milestone, like the trailer company we're dedicated to. When we go drop it off at at the other warehouse, like you know, um, I'll go through with the driver and I'll talk to the warehouse manager and build a relationship and see what they have going on there. And that's what actually got us like the Michaels contract.
right.
Um, and that was only seasonal. Um, but yeah, it's just like how do I find another scalable process of like what are some things that you've done to get some of the clients that you have and
Everything that I do is relationship based. So I'm really out here building the relationships. You started by saying, hey, this is what I do up front, which is you present the solutions that you can provide. And that's the best thing that you can do, as in your position. But what am I doing? I'm really just getting people to understand that I am a human and they're a human, and if we want to, we can work together. And from that, they they feel comfortable telling me the opportunities that they have, especially the ones that are in bulk, because truth be told, those are the only things um, I only pay attention to because of the amount of time it's going to take to, learn that system and put somebody that can work that system. I'd rather do that versus the one-off load. You know what I mean? So um, everything that I do is all based on relationships and who am I speaking on behalf of at that time, because as a dispatcher, I have to have a legal agreement already in place for a specific carrier when I'm going after these opportunities. And it's at that point it's doing what you've already said that you do, which is you present the solutions that you can bring to whatever their situation is. You know what I
So
mean? So
my question is, like, are you partnering with brokers or are you like direct?
Most of the time is brokers. Most of the time is brokers. Okay, so but the brokers that I might partner up with, they're not your average brokers. They might be a a company that has a brokerage authority, but their parent company has 300 warehouses or something like that. So it's more of an in-house, full vertical situation where they have access to freight, just like brother Ted was talking about earlier. He's working with a warehouse that has a lot of orders that need to go out to all these different people. It's the same situation. They got customers that have dedicated opportunities. So a good amount of time it is through a brokerage, and I like those relationships. I like them a lot. Other times, it might be the fact that I'm a part of a logistics group. Just I'm active in the supply chain community. So it might be somebody who works at a freight forwarder, or it might be somebody who is in drayage. So not even not even domestic truckload, but more container work. So it just
Yeah.
depends on the situation.
So another question. So like, are you finding these brokers off the load board?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say yes, because at one point, like I said, I started with box trucks, and I knew that you had to really, really build relationships. You had to start somewhere. So my start was the load board, and with that, you meet people and you kind of learn what they got going on. And the funny thing is, yes, that's the quick answer to your question. Yes, I found a lot of these opportunities off of a load board, but like I said, the other ones I wouldn't have, since I met the people as a result of being a part of a logistics community. And let's not act like I do have this platform, which also brings a lot of opportunities. So I might be a little bit different in the way that I'm able to
Yeah,
cast the net to build the relationships. Okay.
you're
Um,
you're scaling
but
your networking process by being digital.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that's definitely a big part of my situation. Um, but even people that I used to dispatch in the past, box trucks, small fleets of box trucks, they have been able to really, really scale their companies over the last year and a half, because looking at some of those posts that a broker might put on a load board, the broker is basically saying, hey, this is a dedicated opportunity for and if you are able to adhere or accommodate or provide that solution, you can really grow here. So I know at least three fleets who have been able to spot those opportunities off a load board and really scale their company, and that's this year alone. So yeah, I do think that you can make those
The load board is
relationships.
great still. I still think it's a great spot to find leads.
You say you just don't think it's a good
No, no, I
spot
think
to.
it's a great spot to find leads.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I mean, we're all in the same game, and you don't know what car somebody else is holding until you talk to them. So that's why I'm always going to say that relationships are going to be the best way that you can get the opportunities to scale up. And if if you have the ability to speak to somebody that's doing what you want to do at the level that you want to do it, you might be able to get a consult from them to see exactly how they were pitching their situations.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I like right now, like we have a decent framework of like getting clients in, which is leveraging load board, warehouse to warehouse. Um, and obviously like this year we've done pretty well just doing that. But the thing is, like, even in this industry, it's a longer sales cycle. It's not like, it's a direct to consumer pitch, or it's like, a marketing agency, close on spot, 2,500. It's a much longer sales cycle, especially with a direct contract with a bigger company, because they want to see your insurance and this and that, and then you got to go through your RFP and et cetera, et cetera.
right. No, I mean, again, it sounds like you found some success. You're just looking to see how you can multiply, amplify, and it sounds like it's just finding that opportunity that gives you the the confidence to scale. I mean, one of the largest influences that I've had here on this stage is a brother by the name of DeMarco. If you guys have ever heard of Metro Max Dispatch or Metro Max Group, he's the person behind it, and he basically says he never gets another truck until he's already had the freight guaranteed to him, and that's somebody that has uh,
Is he doing direct, or is he also doing broker?
well, he is not a broker, at least not to my knowledge.
Well, as
What
in, like, is
he
he
has been
leveraging
doing
brokers, or is he
is
going
he's
directly to
a
warehouses?
ISP for FedEx. He's a DSP for Amazon,
What's
and
DSP stand for?
I think it's delivery service provider.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So it's basically those trucks that you see, the Amazon vans and trucks that you see delivering everything. He's one of those folks that has those opportunities, but he doesn't ever consider buying another piece of equipment until the opportunity is already guaranteed, which is kind of what I'm kind of like nudging you at, once you get that opportunity where that the thing is going to be guaranteed, you know, it's just a matter of at that point utilizing those other relationships that you've already built with those assets. People have the trucks, people have the trailers to match them up. But if you want to talk a little bit more offline to see if there's anything specific to your operation that I might be able to add value to or connect you with, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, I'd be interested in connecting with the other guy and paying him for a consult.
Say again.
I'd be interested in connecting with the other guy and paying him for a consult.
Oh, okay. Well,
Does he do
yeah,
consult?
yeah. Well, I don't know. Uh, I mean, I don't know, to
It's the
be
price,
honest.
right?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know his viewpoint on that. I just know that we can get up if I just yeah. So I don't mind telling you who he is. Hit me up and I can I'll send you his Instagram or something of that nature if you wanted to reach out
Yeah,
to see what
do
that
I hit you up on
situation could
Instagram, or
be.
do I hit you up on here?
Say again.
Do I hit you up on here or just Instagram?
Probably Instagram. Those messages come through faithfully.
Okay.
Yeah, but all right, my bad. I haven't been doing a good job of looking inside of the chat. Do need more help? Need help recovering a truck out of Dallas? If you interested, truck and trailer abandonment, truck only. Okay, so brother Aaron Miles is saying he has an opportunity for a driver to go pick up an abandoned truck in the Dallas area. If you need it, holla at him, Aaron at izzytruckinginc.com. But yeah, that's that. Were there any other folks that wanted to promote what they got going on? Let us know what you're doing in supply chain, because if so, we can go ahead and have you raise your hands, because that's what it's all about. I appreciate you so much, Jay and Ted, just for being willing to share what you had going on. And yeah, that's exactly what it's about. I mean, I'm pretty sure both of your stories and situations have been able to inspire or affect in some way the listeners. So I appreciate you guys for being so transparent. Um, Happy Thanksgiving. Boom, boom, boom. Happy Thanksgiving, brother. All right. Well, cool. I think that's going to be it then, because unless we have more people raising their hands, I think that I have gotten everything. Okay, okay, okay. Well, look, Ted, hit me up, man. Let's talk more about that LTL situation so that maybe I can direct some of my former box truck clients to you, because, like I said, they're based right out of that area.
Thank you
And
very much. I'm looking forward. That's much needed, help from your behalf. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not doing very, very well regarding, the money that I'm making from dispatching, but, I've been underselling myself and my expertise, but it is what it is. Beggars can't be choosers, right?
well, I mean, you can definitely you can demand what you need, brother. So just know your value, and you
I know
know
my value. I know my value and the years that I've accumulated, knowledge in, and the years on the Sonar platform that, you have a partnership with them, you have it on your profile, transportation and logistics freight with Sonar team. Yeah, so I've I've had the version 1 of the Sonar, version 2, and version 3. So I've been operating on all platforms. Yeah, so Power DAT, all the broker load boards, everything, regarding to spot market trade and how to deploy your assets to favorable markets. Yeah, but they asked me to move thousands of trucks and do it pro bono. Yeah.
right, right, right. No, I hear you, man. I definitely hear you, and I think that again, you've been able to showcase the things that you've been able to, some of those peaks, maybe even some of the valleys. So the opportunities are going to find you. It sounds like you're still open. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to send those people your way for the LTL out of the Northeast. So thank you again.
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you too.
thank you, brother, for coming up and letting us know, that success in this bad boy can happen, even if you weren't, you know, you weren't bred into trucking. This is something that you saw as a good opportunity, and now you are really just taking advantage of the cards. So thank you for sharing. And if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. Just reach out to me. I'm like I said, I'm more than happy with connecting you to the dude.